Smells like another declutter. Welcome back everyone. Today's video is going to be a new makeup collection and declutter video. And today we are working on bronzers, blushes, highlights, face palettes, face duos, all those fun things. So I have kicked off my makeup collection and declutter series for the month of December. I already have part 1 up with primers, foundations, concealers, and also powders. There's going to be 4 parts total. So I'm going to be showing you everything in my collection in these categories and also doing some declutters. Now I've been doing regular declutters throughout the year. I've been trying to get a more minimalist makeup collection, if you will. And when I was thinking about this, I originally was planning to just do makeup collection videos, and then I was like, no, I'm gonna do some decluttering as well. So I hope you enjoy another one in this series, and I'll be back with part 3 soon. Okay, let's jump into the next collection video. What do we have? Bronzers, blushes, palettes and duos, and highlighters. Okay, so for my highlighters, I have 4. 2 are the collaborations that I have done with Ofra Cosmetics. So this one is in Dream Chaser. And then we also have the one in Start Inspired. Look at that pan. Look at that pan. Obviously, I do keep my collaborations. They are still available now. My discount code with Ofra is Samantha. Then we have the Natasha Denona Super Glow. Opening it the wrong way. We have the Natasha Denona Super Glow. She's so beautiful. Like, I don't even wear highlights right now, but I see this one, I'm like, oh, she's so pretty. I could wear it, but I'm just not wearing highlight. And then this was the newest one to my collection. This is from Rare Beauty. This one is in Exhilarate. This is another one that's just so stunning. It's so like soft and smooth, and oh, it's so beautiful. Again, I'm not really wearing highlights, but I don't mind keeping 4, especially 2 being my collaboration and then 2 being one that's been a favorite of mine for a long time and one that's a favorite now. So yeah, like I said, don't feel bad to keep these 4 highlighters. I think that's a pretty decent size collection. I'm gonna move over to palettes or duos, mostly because I have this one from Kaja, which is broken, and this is getting all over everything, including I've stuck my finger in it multiple times. So from Kaja Beauty, this is the trio, the sculpting face trio in Butter Up. I really like this. I'm really sad that it broke. I did hit pan in the cream bronzer, which I was super proud of, and then there was also a matte blush and then a highlight. It broke a while ago, and I said in my last like collection video that I wanted to keep it and try to get more use out of it, but I'm just gonna declutter it because it's too much. It's too messy, especially right now. It has made a gigantic mess. So there's that. I have this one from Jouer. This is their blush and bronzer powder duo in Cool. So we have Peony and then Perfect Tan. I'm going to declutter this one as well. I haven't been going into my duos quite as much recently. I've really just been doing my single bronzer and my single blush. So I feel pretty fine to get rid of that one. Okay, so then we have the Natasha Denona Bronze and Glow. This is one of those that I have felt such a hard time pulling away from. And I recommend these all of the time. I really like these little duos from Natasha. I bought this at $19. I think it maybe has gone up a little bit with, you know, inflation and all that fun stuff. I really do like these. I think if this was a bronzer and a blush, I would really want to keep it. But because I don't really wear a highlight that much, I'm not going into this one as often. I love that it's small, and listen, I'm getting ready to do a lot of travel in 2024. So when I was looking at this one, I was like, should I just keep it though? And I could use the highlight on my eyes, but I can't remember the last time that I reached into this. And again, I did my collection video, my last collection videos not that long ago, and I still haven't reached into this one. So it pains me to do it because I have so many good memories with that Bronze and Glow, but I got so much use out of it. I definitely got my $19 worth, but I just don't feel like I need to keep it right now. And then I keep looking at this one from Charlotte Tilbury, and I think part of the reason why I keep wanting to keep it around is because it's more expensive, it's super beautiful, but you have the 2 highlights. The contour and the bronzer are stunning. The contour is especially very beautiful and very blendable, but like I don't go into those 2 highlights, and again, I can't remember the last time I went into this. Like, I could pass this on to someone and they would be so happy to receive this, but for me, I'm just not using it. So that was one that I looked at right away and was like, girl, you really need to keep that around. But I am going to keep this one. This is the Filmstar Bronze and Glow from Charlotte. It does have the highlight in here. I'll say, like, if I'm reaching into this contour shade, I will find a way to use the highlight. This is just beautiful. I love the packaging. Both products are so smooth, so blendable. This has been a favorite for a long time and one that I continue to reach into. So I feel good to keep that one. Same with my one from Nars. This is their Summer Unrated Blush Bronzer Duo. So you have the Orgasm Blush and the Laguna Bronzer. I really do reach into this a lot as well. This is one that I'm considering taking on my Ireland trip because it does have a nice mirror in here also. I feel like for eyeshadow palettes, I'm probably going to be doing something a little bit more minimal, some smaller palettes. So it will be handy to have a nice mirror. And then you do also get a blush and a bronzer, and both of these are super pretty. So I've spoken really highly about this one from Nars, and I am going to keep that around. And then from Iconic London, this is the Rose Glow Duo. So I just mentioned this in my Best of Beauty 2022 Revisited video. And I did say it's probably because I don't wear highlight as much that I don't reach into this one as much, even though I'm like, you can just reach into it for the blush. I typically don't. But I do want to do a video. It might already be up. I'm not sure the order of Vlogmas videos, but I do want to do a video using some of those 2022 favorites, especially the ones that I don't use as much. The Patrick Ta Foundation Duo, the Charlotte Tilbury Concealer, and then I do want to use this one. So I said in my last collection video that those are kind of like on the chopping block, and I kind of feel the same with this one from Iconic London. So I'm going to keep it, but she on the chopping block. I purchased this one from Benefit. I got this, I think I made 2 Sephora orders this year, and this happened to be in one of them. This is the Hula Beach Vacay Bronzer and Blush Duo. She's cute. Did I purchase it because it was cute? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't need another bronzer. I didn't need another blush. I didn't need another face duo, but I did it, and I can't remember the last time I reached into it. So, I mean, I like that she was small and cute, but it's barely worn, so I can definitely pass this on to someone. That was like an impulse purchase. So, you know, just learning a lot about shopping habits. All of that. And then lastly, I have this one from Sigma Beauty. This came out in their holiday collection last year. This is their Glisten and Glow Cheek Duo. So again, we have the highlight and blush duo. I wish there was more bronzer blush duos for sure, just because I don't wear the highlights all that much. Super beautiful though, but I do have some blushes, like some single blushes from Sigma that I know I could reach into. So kind of pains me to do this as well, but I just know right now, these are just not what I'm reaching for. And it's like, maybe it'll change, you know, and I was saying that in my last video too, like maybe in a few months something will change and I'll decide that I want something. But guess what? By then I will probably have more in my collection. You know what I'm saying? So I am just keeping 3, and these are all face duos. I am decluttering 6. Ooh, that's pretty good. I really do not know how my blush collection just continues to stay out of hand, but we have 16 blushes here. I usually say I'm not even like a big blush girl, yet somehow I always seem to have quite a few blushes in my collection. So let's go through these. So first off, I do have my collaboration with Ofra. This is the Chiclet blush. So you have a matte side and a shimmer side. So of course, like I said, I do love my collaboration. I did mention the Benefit box blushes in my 2022 Revisited. This one is in the shade Pom Pom, which I think is a really beautiful shade for fall. I was thinking about keeping this one because I was going to use it in the video, but I would rather use the Iconic London. So then I'm like, do I need to keep it? Because I don't, like, I just feel like I reach for the same blushes over and over and over. But like, I really did like this one. Like, it was in my favorites video. Like, I feel like I should keep it and at least put it on the chopping block. But you know what? I'm going to keep the one from Benefit, and I'm going to declutter the one from Kaleidos because I don't feel like they're the exact same shade, but it's kind of like on that level, if you will, of like a kind of deeper terracotta. This one from Kaleidos, it doesn't have a shade name on it, which is kind of a bummer. I love the packaging. Like, I love this lace packaging. It's so beautiful. But shade-wise, it's not a shade that I reach for all that often, so I'd rather just keep one. So I'll keep the Benefit and declutter the Kaleidos. I am also going to declutter my Tarte. This one kind of pains me to do, but this broke as well. Again, I just don't want to keep around broken makeup, you know, possibly be putting my fingers and my nails in it, all that stuff. I was really hopeful that I would be able to hit pan on this one day, but you know, just a little mini blush and the Tarte comes away undefeated. Tarte won Samantha Zero. One of my most used blushes, I mentioned this in my 2022 favorites as well. This is from Dior, the Rosy Glow blush. This one is so stunning. It's one of my most used blushes. It's my most long wearing blush in my collection for sure. It's a lot less intimidating on the cheeks than it is in the pan, but I love this. Definitely worth the hype. This is a viral product and one that I really enjoy. Another one that I wear so much is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Cheek to Chic in Pillow Talk. I have been using this blush for years. I think that it's stunning. It gives a really beautiful glow to the cheeks. It's very natural. And it's one of my most used blushes. So that one definitely cannot go anywhere. I did decide to declutter this one though, and I'm kind of surprised. And again, it's one of those things of like, am I going to regret this? Because I'm not reaching for my cream products that much these days. I'm definitely reaching for my powder products more. But again, I'm sure I'll have more cream products in my collection in just a few months. So this is the Pillow Talk Lip and Cheek Glow in Color of Dreams. It is beautiful. It's very easy to use. It's very natural. I can't remember the last time that I reached for it. I would rather reach for my powder blushes right now. I'm sure I can still pass this over to a friend. It's hard to say bye to this one, but as I say in my last collection and declutter videos, these collection and declutter videos, something can still be nice, something can still be beautiful, can still work well, I can still like it, I can still recommend it without the need to keep everything. I don't need to keep 16 blushes, I don't need to keep 100 eyeshadow palettes, I don't need to keep 20 foundations. That's just where I'm at right now, so that's what my focus is. I keep a couple of cream blushes though. I do want to keep the one from Rare Beauty. I just think that this one is so stunning. This is nearly neutral, and it's just one of those that it's so blendable. It's so easy to apply. It's just a really, really gorgeous cream blush. So I am going to keep that one from Rare Beauty. And then the one from Sigma, this is their cream one. This is in Corda Rosa. Okay. I thought for a minute that I was going to, like, my plan was to declutter it. And now I don't want to. And I do still use this one. Okay, if I don't want to, I don't have to because it's my makeup collection. You know what I mean? So I am still going to, yeah, I'm still going to keep the Sigma Corda Rosa. Yes, I am. Okay. Okay, a little different than what I thought, but I did decide I'm gonna declutter the Rare Beauty liquid blush. Now, liquid is not something that I use all that often either. Like, I do definitely go more for cream versus liquid, but right now I'm doing powder over cream. This one in Encourage is so beautiful, and it is very blendable. It's one of those that, again, I recommend. I think it's a good product to have in your collection. I just don't feel like I need it in mine per se. So I'm gonna declutter that one. I do have two liquid blushes from Charlotte Tilbury. These are the blush wands. So one is in Pinkgasm, and this is the more glowy one, and then one is in Pillow Talk, and this is the matte. It's hard for me to do, but I think I am actually going to declutter the matte one. I just still reach for the glowy more. And it's not even like I reach for the liquid all that much, but these are so easy to use. Like, if you're a beginner when it comes to liquid products, Charlotte Tilbury is going to be where it's at. Like, these are just so easy to use. I still just reach for Pinkgasm more than I do the matte. Like, I prefer glowy. Maybe it's because I have dry skin. Like, I just prefer it more. So I'm gonna declutter that. Okay. Okay. All right, this one is a new one to me. This is from ColourPop in Good Energy, and I like this one. Again, it's one of my newer ones, so I've been wearing it quite a bit. So for right now, I am going to keep it in my collection. It's very neutral, it's very natural, and I think it is very beautiful. So I do want to keep that one around. One of my favorites, I talk about this one from Lawless all of the time. This is the Vintage Love Blush. It's just, again, it's natural. Easy to blend. So beautiful. I swear, like, I feel like I'm one of the only people that talk about this blush, but it's gorgeous and I wear it so much. I am gonna declutter this one from Jouer as well. This is the blush duo. This one is in Adore. So I am going to declutter this one. I almost like have a feeling that I decluttered it in my last one. And I did find this in like a weird spot. Like, it wasn't with the products I decluttered, but it also wasn't with my blushes. It was in a different spot. And I was like, what? So I'm gonna declutter this one maybe for the second time, but you know, you know. And then we have the Sigma. This one is the Berry Love blush. This is their powder blush, and this is really beautiful. I knew I was gonna save the powder blush. I was considering decluttering the cream, but I'm still gonna keep both of them from Sigma because they are very beautiful. I am an affiliate with Sigma. My discount code is Samantha. So definitely want to keep both of those. Okay, so out of that one, we are keeping 10 and decluttering 6. I still feel like that's a lot of blushes, but you know, it is what it is. What do you do? 10 blushes. There we go. All right. And then we finish it off with bronzers. Always my weakness. Always my trouble area is my bronzers, but here we go. Okay, so first of all, I did find my one from Rare Beauty. I just did in my 2022 favorites revisited. Wait, was it that one? Yeah. I talk about the Rare Beauty, and I was saying I couldn't find it, and I wasn't sure if I left it in like one of the many places that I've traveled recently, and then I found it. I found like a whole section of makeup that Ashley organized when she helped me move in, and I was like, oh, like I totally forgot it was there, and it was a bunch of Rare Beauty makeup. So yay, I have my bronzer back, and this is in the shade Power Boost. And yeah, it's a great one. I was saying in that video, it's so blendable. Like you can blend it out with your fingers, you can put it over powder. This is a great travel option as well. So this might be coming in one of my upcoming travel makeup bags, but I do want to keep that one. My poor little L'Oreal Infallible bronzer in that video, it fell out of my makeup bag. So it looks fun. It looks like I hit pan, but I did not. I just dropped it. I was about to hit pan, and I think that's why like you can see like a really large dip in it. So I think it was just really easy to break when it fell. But this is my most used bronzer right now. It is so blendable. It's so beautiful. I highly, highly recommend this one, and it's at a great price point. It honestly does remind me of the Marc Jacobs Omega Tantastic. Look at that pan. Look at that pan in this one. I am so proud of that. So this is one I haven't reached for it recently, and I really want to. Like I really want to, I really need to. I just feel like I've been doing the L'Oreal over and over, the Sigma Beauty over and over. But this is my reminder that I need to be using the one from Marc Jacobs. So I do want to keep that one. I am gonna declutter this little guy from Milk Makeup. This is the Baked Bronzer. I was very surprised that this is considered like a full size because it's so tiny, but this is what the new ones are now. But honestly, it's also not a bad thing because it's really hard to go through a bronzer, okay? Like it is really hard to go through a bronzer. Even if you don't have a big makeup collection, it can still be harder to go through a full bronzer, especially a cream product. So at the same time, I also don't mind that they're a little bit smaller, like no hard feelings, but it's pretty. I'm not using my cream products as much. So I am going to declutter that one, and I think that I will be okay with that. I also decided that I'm going to declutter the Makeup by Mario. So this is the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. I have medium. Honestly, it's just one of those. I think if I was doing the cream products right now, I'd be a lot more apt to keep it around, but I have not, and I do want to cut down this bronzer collection. It's pretty. I bought it myself, and I think that it's still pretty. I could pass this on to someone, but if I can't remember the last time I used a product, I just don't feel like I need to keep it. Same with my one with Dior. Honestly, I kind of thought that I decluttered this one as well, but just in case, since it was still in my bronzer drawer and everything. So this is the Dior Forever in Warm Bronze. It's pretty. I do have some hard pan issues with it, as I'm sure you can see, but it was expensive, but I just don't feel like I need to hang on to this one any longer. So decluttering that one. I am also going to declutter from Patrick Ta. This is the bronzer duo. Okay, this is very pretty. You have the cream contour and then the bronzer. It's nice and it's pretty. It's just when I was getting it out, I wish I would have just left all the dust on it so you could see. I was like wiping it on my pants to wipe the dust off. Like, I'm sorry, like if you have to wipe dust off your makeup products, you don't need to keep them around anymore. No matter how pretty they are, no matter how well they work, like if you be wiping dust off, maybe you don't need to keep it around. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty, but I am going to declutter that one. My Becca Capri Coast is looking pretty good. Like at what point do I call it? I mean, truly, like at what point do I call this bronzer finished? Like I usually when I use bronzer, I use like a, you know, a bigger, fluffier brush, but with this one, I have to use something that's smaller and a little bit more dense because, I mean, true, when do you call, I think, leave it in the comments. Is this finished? Is this finished? I feel like it's finished. You let me know what you think. You let me know what you think, but that one to me is like pretty much done. I'll keep it, I'll read the comments, I'll see what you guys say, but like, she pretty much done. I brought it to Austin with me and it was basically the only bronzer that I was wearing there. And I feel like I really used a lot of it because I was there for like 5 nights or something. So I was there for a while. All right, so from Pat McGrath, I did just use this the other day. I knew I had these collection videos coming up on my schedule. So when I was reaching in for a bronzer, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do the Pat McGrath because I haven't reached in for it for a while. I like it. It's not one of my favorites. So I'm like, do I need to keep it? But I feel like I still like it enough that I want to keep it around. And I did just use it like I was gravitated to grab for it again. So I'm still gonna keep around the one from Pat McGrath. Pretty, not an absolute fave. Like I mentioned, I do really like the one from Sigma. This is their matte bronzer and I have the shade medium. This is one of my most worn bronzers. Super smooth, super blendable, just all of the favorite things that I love in a bronzer. I love these little compacts as well. So I will be keeping that one. Okay. This one from Nars. Okay. So this is the cream bronzer in Laguna. I did really like this one. Again, because it's a cream product though, I'm gonna declutter it. Ooh, this is hard for me. This is hard for me because this is a nice bronzer. If you're looking for a good cream bronzer, this one from Nars would be a good one. But I can't remember the last time I used it. Just like looking towards the future, I don't see a time where I'm gonna be using it either. So it's still in good enough shape that I can pass it on to someone. Okay, I think I've just kept the one, yeah, the Rare Beauty cream bronzer. Okay. This is my collaboration with Ofra Cosmetics. This is the River Bronzer Duo. So just like the blush, you have a matte side and also a shimmer side. I love me some River, named after the Mississippi because I grew up on the Mississippi River. So I'm going to keep that one. All right, the Makeup by Mario Sculpt Stick. Woo, we had some love-hate relationships with these products. Let me see if I can, nope. I do it every time. I hate the way that these were designed. I was able to come around and I was able to like this product, but I'm gonna say goodbye to it. I feel like this is a pretty brutal declutter, okay? This is a pretty brutal declutter, but I'm happy to keep the Rare Beauty. And do I want to keep the Tower 28? Okay, we're decluttering Makeup by Mario. Tower 28, I do really like the cream bronzer. This is in Broad. This is a nice one. Do I need to keep this, the Rare, and the Charlotte Tilbury? Because this is a cream bronzer as well. No. Nope. I'm going to declutter the Tower 28 and I'm going to keep the Charlotte Tilbury. I use the Charlotte Tilbury more. I love Charlotte Tilbury cheek products. I love them. I think that they're so easy to use. This cream one is so easy to use. I do really like the one from Tower 28. And again, good option. It's a recommendation. It's very pretty. It's very natural. It's very easy to use. But the Charlotte is just, in my opinion, the Charlotte Tilbury is just better. And I reach for this one more. I don't want to keep a ton of cream products, but I'm happy to keep this one. Whew. Whew. And then lastly from Charlotte Tilbury, this is the Airbrush Bronzer. So I do have some hard pan issues with this one, but it's one of those bronzers that I keep going back to. It's like that X that you're like not supposed to go back to, but you keep going back to them. Like, it's very pretty. A lot of times I just use either like the tape method or like a cotton ball if I want to be able to get the hard pan off. To me, I continue to think that this one is so pretty and very natural and just, oh, it's still so pretty. Okay, now I'm doubting myself again. I'm like, do I need to keep it? Because I kept the contour. No. We're keeping it. I think that I would regret it, and I don't want to have regrets when I do my declutters. Like, I do want to be, you know, very thoughtful, and I do want to be a little bit brutal at times, but I don't want to have regrets. Okay, so if my math is correct, I believe I am keeping 9 bronzers and decluttering 7. So that was pretty, that was a little bit more brutal than I was expecting for my bronzer collection. Again, when I was doing these videos, I wasn't really sure if they would be simply more of like collection videos and like counting my inventory and all of that, or if it would be a little bit more cutthroat, but some of these ended up being a little bit more cutthroat. After that, that's gonna wrap it up for bronzer, blushes, highlights, face duos, face palettes. I hope you enjoyed seeing this collection video. Let me know any thoughts down below. I believe it's lip products that are coming up next, and I'll see you in the next one.